As I've said in a bunch of videos leading up to this, the fast food or food chain rollouts are coming out fast and furious, and this is no exception. Panda Express did a little bit of a change to one of their old releases. So they brought back their Firecracker shrimp, but this time they added steak to it. I know it's not much of a change, but honestly, I haven't had Panda Express in a while, and it looked like it sounded pretty good. So you know what? We decided to try it out today. I also got a couple of other things off the menu that I want to show you once we get through with this initial. I can't say this initial. That's crazy. This initial review. So drop a thumbs up, man. You guys already know the vibes. Let's get into this video. So I got the bowl, which means it's a double order, and then you have the option of the two sides. So I got double order of their Firecracker steak and shrimp. This actually does look really good. We also got some white rice, and I like to get the super green. So you can do a half and half or a whole. So that is what I did with this one. It does look pretty good. I am really excited to try this. It looks like it has some chilies in here, which is going to give it some of that spice, and then you have some peppers and some steak, and then there are some shrimp in here too. They're hiding under there. I thought I didn't have any shrimp. The white rice and the super greens. Now, cool enough here, I do have some of their chili sauce, which I've never had their hot mustard. They had it this time, so I'm excited to try this out as well. All right, so let's dig in. Make sure I get a piece of shrimp. Some pepper, some onions, and we'll do the rice in a second. But this is the Firecracker shrimp and pepper that fell off. Get back on here. Shrimp and steak. Okay, I don't know if this is location based. I don't know what the hell is going on right now, but wait a dang minute. Try not to curse. Some rice. Trying to find some damn shrimp. There we go. If you get steak and shrimp, would you prefer more steak or more shrimp in your bowls? Like, I'm sitting here saying I'm fishing for shrimp, but I'm kind of glad it's mostly steak with a little bit of shrimp. Hot mustard. Never had it from here. Some of y'all think it's weird I put it on my rice. I swear to you, I have a container of hot mustard at the crib, and I use it. Chili sauce. People swear by this on a lo mein. I'm like kind of just weird with Panda Express. I usually just get white rice. Like, I don't really care for the lo mein and fried rice. It's not good to me. You're allowed to like what you like. But let me tell you something. Bonus string bean. I'm actually shocked at how tender the steak is. Like, I that's where my initial couldn't believe it was. Like, that's incredibly tender. And that could be based on what location I'm at, because I don't usually get steak from Panda Express. So is it always that tender? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, like, oh, this is like the best meal you'll ever have type stuff, but for my expectation of what I was walking into at Panda Express, I'm pleasantly surprised. They're very hit or miss for me. I can't stand this fork. But in this case, I really like this. The Firecracker sauce does have a heat level to it. I would say a little above traditional hot sauce. Nothing too crazy, but again, when it comes to fast food, I know they don't have a crazy spice level. So my expectations for it were not that hot. If you had their hot ones collab they did, which was last year, pretty similar. But the steak is really tender. The sauce is like a teriyaki slash that heat with the Firecracker. There's also chilies in here. And the peppers are well cooked. This is honestly one of the better things I've had at Panda Express. Now, for a lot of people, that's not saying much, but again, your expectations, when it exceeds it, it's usually a good thing. Again, there's plenty of steak and shrimp in here, too. If this was a regular menu item at Panda Express, it would be one of the first things I got, besides maybe the Beijing beef and probably their orange chicken. But other than that, this is up there for me. These big ass pieces of cabbage. I feel healthier already. On a chain scale, I think this is very good. I'd give it a 7.8 out of 10. It's not quite in the like, oh my goodness, you have to try this fast food level, but it's very good. It's going to vary on how tender that steak is, though. But mine, like, unbelievably tender. So I've got a double order of their chicken teriyaki, and the same thing here. So I have an order of their white rice with a mix of super greens, which apparently means super giant leaves of cabbage. Now, the teriyaki sauce that comes with it, you have the option of getting this Mandarin teriyaki sauce. You can also get the chili sauce and the hot mustard, but I'm going to use this one as well. Drizzle that all over the top right there. And save the rest for when we get to it. But I do think this looks pretty good. This one is definitely for the people who are more gym conscious than health conscious. But this bowl has a whopping 76 grams of protein, and it's a little under 900 calories. I believe it's, let me double check. It's 875 as far as calories go. Now, if you doubled up on the super greens, you'd bring that down a lot more, because this rice alone is about 200 to 300 calories, depending on how much of a scoop they're going to give you. But their chicken teriyaki is very big with like the fitness culture. They just kind of marketed it because you could always have ordered this. But when I saw it, I said, I do low-calorie things when we have something to talk about, and we finally do. So this is the chicken teriyaki protein bowl. I know there's going to be people that say, oh, you can make this at home yourself. But as I always say, one, some people don't want to cook, and two, some people just want to grab something quick on the way to lunch break or from work. And this will really help you find a better option than just going in there and getting orange chicken. Now, you can put whatever sauce on this chicken that you want to. They call it chicken teriyaki, but the sauce does come on the side. I would just go in, personally. Didn't I open one of these? I did. A little bit of the chili sauce. Even like some sriracha would just go crazy on this. And of course, didn't I open one of these? I did. Hot mustard. I love hot mustard, bro. I think it's just one of those acquired tastes. And I don't know, I've acquired it, man. So, I don't know what's up with the super greens today, though, because it's like they ain't even bothered to chop this up one bit. Big-ass leaves of cabbage and big-ass florets of broccoli. Normally, it's chopped up a little bit. Especially if you're, like, on a diet or watching your calories or cutting, and you don't feel like cooking, this is a really, really good option. Like I said before, everything you see here is my full day of eating today. And it's pretty similar to what I would normally eat. There's a ton of vegetables. I got vegetables in here, half order super greens here, and you'll see when I get to that. But if you took the rice out, what you're seeing here is pretty much how I eat off camera, for people who are wondering. Protein, some chicken. I use lower calorie sauces, like G. Hughes is a big example of what I use. And then broccoli, spinach, green beans, lots of vegetables. That is pretty much it. But this is a nice little addition, and it kind of makes me happy that a lot of times I get done streaming, it's like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then I cook chicken. I don't have to do that today. And it's really going to help me out so I can get right to editing. But this is one option for $8.80, and if you want to go even less. And finally, we have the lowest calorie thing. You're not going to believe the calories once I explain to you what is in this, but I think it's a pretty decent meal. I'm going to eat all of this food today for once. I don't have to give this away. So we have an order of their black pepper steak, which is over here, and then I have an order of their beef and broccoli, on this side. Does it feel like I'm doing like a weather thing with my hands, like the Vanna White type of thing? Wheel of Fortune. I'm too old. But I got a double order of super greens over here, which drastically brings down the amount of calories that is on this. There's not a lot of calories in this. I'm going to tell you in 1 second, but this doesn't need any extra sauce, even though I might add it because it is super low calorie. And believe it or not, these are two of the lowest calorie things you can get at Panda Express. The beef and broccoli is about 150 calories. It's a lot more broccoli than beef, and that's why it's kind of like a filler. And with the super greens on here, this whole thing comes out to 460 calories. Now, I know some of y'all don't want to eat vegetables, and that's fine. But even if you drench this in whatever sauce that you like, it's still going to be probably about 500 calories. If you use a packet of this, add some sauces to this, and still be on your way. Let's try this black pepper steak first. There is steak on here. I don't know what it is, but their steak is super tender today. Their Firecracker is like this minus adding heat to it. Very similar. Then we got the beef and broccoli. Rockin'. Again, there's better versions of this. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But this is great as an option if you're hungry, even late at night. Some of y'all will go for like a pint of ice cream. It's like 1,000 calories. Or some chips. You eat a bag of chips, about 450 calories, and you're still hungry. You eat this, you're going to be full. There's a good amount of nutrients in here, a good amount of fiber, and a good amount of protein. This is literally my full day eating today. It's a long time since I've been able to just say, okay, I'm just going to eat this and call it. But we got that today. The only thing I might add is some more vegetables. Or maybe if I feel like I'm still hungry, I'll cut my rice with cauliflower rice. And that's it. All three of these is under 2,300 calories. It's a lot of food. It's not bad at all. And in case you were wondering, I bought my own drink to the studio today. I just got me a big gallon of, this is seltzer water. I used the Soda Stream. I just made like a bunch of them and poured it in here. So, got a gallon of water basically. Get my water intake for the day. People ask me if I drink water all the time. I tend to use my Soda Stream or drink seltzer than just flat water. But yes, it's still water. For people who are wondering, I usually don't drink just regular still water, but I'm okay with drinking it. I do drink it from time to time. But I have a funny story that I'd like to share with you. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my family for this because it could have gotten out of hand. Anyway, I told you guys, if you were here for the last video a couple of days ago, that I had to attend a baptism on Saturday. So, obviously being in a church, I can't wear a hat. And my family is all there, and, you know, everybody wants to take pictures. And my pops is like, let me get a picture with his kids. I'm one of them, right? So, me, my sister, and my brother take a picture. You know how that goes. You take pictures. Everybody tends to, you know, let me get a copy of that, send it to me. So we had the group chat, sent the picture in there. And my brother was about to post it. And my dad, without me saying, because I didn't even think about it, to be honest, he was like, what you doing? You can't post that? And bro was like, why not? He was like, he ain't got no hat on. If anybody sees that, they're going to put it all over the internet. Oh, my goodness. Hey, that's funny as hell that they were thinking about it and I wasn't. But I had people that I haven't seen in a while. And when I had a hat on, they were like, wait, so you do have hair? I don't know where it came from, but for people who don't know, there are videos on this channel. If you go back, you gotta go way back. Actually, I have my hair super low on that anyway. But there are videos on the internet and pictures of me without a hat on. It kind of started as I've always been a person who wore hats. I wore hats in college all the time. I'm 19, 20 years old. I just like wearing hats. And as people started to point out that I always had a hat on, I never thought about it. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to take it off no more. And I'm at the point now where I don't want to ruin it. But I don't have a misshaped head. And I have hair on my head. some of my family members were surprised to see that I actually did have hair on my head. I hadn't gotten a shape up in a while, so it was funny to see. I don't be getting shape ups no more, bro. I just put the hat on. I only get shape ups like, if I'm really going out. So I don't really be doing nothing with it. I just be letting it, I just cut it. Like I just cut it low. And it's just convenient. So I just let it be. But it's funny as hell at this point. I also want to suffix that by saying, as a man, there's nothing wrong with losing your hair. I understand you not being comfortable with it completely. But it's a natural thing, bro. And it happens to everybody. I will admit that it does kind of suck if you feel like you're a dude that wouldn't look good with a shaved head. I usually keep my hair at like a 1, or even just use the trimmers, the Andes clippers that I used to shave, and I just cut it all off because I always have a hat on anyway. So I know I don't look bad with a bald head, and I understand like the whatever it is, but don't let people shame you if you feel like people are gonna laugh at you for not having hair. If you're young, like it's probably gonna happen to you because male pattern baldness is a thing. My dad still has his hair too. But y'all seen him on the channel. I mean, he still has his hair, so I guess they say that you get it from your mom, though. So I don't really know how that works. I just wanted to say that because I always say it. Like some people, there's people that I knew that lost their hair at 18. There's people I know that lost their hair at 30. And there's people that never do. But, it's one of those things that it comes with whatever. And trust me when I tell you this, like when you get married, your wife ain't really going to care that much, bro. Like I know it's a thing that younger people tend to do, but most of my friends, bro, some of my friends still got their hair, but some of them don't. We don't know one cares. Sorry. You know what we say? We say come home. You know what come home means? Just take it off, man. Just take it off. So maybe one day if I'm forced to do a video where I have to not wear a hat, I won't. But I got pictures, man. Shape up was tight. But I do think it's funny as hell. Maybe one day. Maybe at 1 million subscribers. If I get 1 million, we'll stamp that. I'll probably be bald by then. F it. If I ever get to 1 million subscribers, I'll do a video without a hat on. How's that? We got a long way to go. So hopefully Father Time don't catch up to me because then I'm going to be mad. But I wanted to talk about that because I thought it was funny as hell that my pops pointed that out because I genuinely wasn't thinking about it because he was about to post it and I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Other thing that's crazy about that, I swear to you, it was relatively cold on Saturday after, and we were standing outside for probably like 15 minutes before we went from church to like the place where we was eating. Bro, my head was freezing. I think like I have no head warmth no more because I always have a hat on. And it was super weird because I wasn't cold nowhere else, but top of my head, bro, I was freezing. So I took one of my little cousins, I took the blanket and I had it tied around my head like a bandana. I'm not joking either, bro. I don't know what's wrong. I ain't got no nothing. Anyway, I thought that was funny. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. That food is actually pretty good. I was going to get that apple pie, egg rolls, which I personally think are good. But my calories for the day, if I said I could fit all these in, like I'm set for the day. So that's why I didn't. I said, let's just do this instead. So I appreciate y'all, man. And we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.